Hi, welcome to ChickiBoom Studios. I'm Sonny, the artist behind ChickiBoom, and this is the Hobo Slide. I'm just introducing this instrument. I've had some time last 6 months to develop it, and I got about a half dozen ready to go. So this is a refurbished guitar. It is obviously a slide guitar based on its name. And before I talk about the design of this guitar, let's take a look at the person and the playing style that inspired this. So this instrument was designed while watching Tevis play, and I was thinking to myself, okay, if I were to design an instrument for him, because I'm such a fan of his playing, what would I do? So I looked at his old Stella guitar that he plays. I think that's one he used in the video. And I thought, okay, let's start there. I can get a lot of bodies. Now, what would I do to that to enhance the instrument? So obviously it would have to be a slide guitar. So this is set up in an open tune. It supports everything from an open E to an open G. Personally, I like that open E. You get a little bit of slack in the lines, but you get that nice deep throat. And anything you find tabs for in any open tune can be played in any tune. You're just sliding the what you're playing in. So anyhow, this is not a tab video. So let's talk about that. So I started with an old school guitar, something beat up on its way to the trash heap or fire bin, and I pulled it out. From there, I stripped down the body, took it down to raw wood because I just wanted to, get rid of anything that was there originally. And I've actually recarved the neck. So I took out my files, the same thing I do with my cigar boxes, and I reshaped the entire neck. The biggest dramatic difference you can see, obviously, is the hilt has become much smaller here. So when you're sliding, why keep your hand out of there with a bigger hilt? So it allows you to get up here more comfortably and slide down without having to come over the top. I also recarved the headstock a little bit, and then I do what I call a distressoration finish on it. Some of these I've actually started to take flame blowers to before I do any standing on it, but this is a result of a series of watercolor and wood stains thrown on board and then covered up with a heavy gloss finishing. On the back, because people tend to have a hard time remembering open tunes, we use the standard tunes, I write down the 3 suggested tunings for this guitar. Of course, it's signed and labeled a Hobo Slide. Now, let's talk about the electronics of the guitar. Now, what you heard earlier was just the acoustic sound. So, to make that big old-time sound on a small body guitar especially, I've put mechanical reverb inside. So you have a series of spring reverbs placed throughout the body of the guitar. Then I overcover, and then I put a Piezo pickup, somewhere on the body of the guitar itself. So it's hearing the soundboard of the guitar through a vibration-based pickup. And then the last thing I do is I mount another pickup on the back side of this metal plate. I'm not sure if you can see it. I'll put a picture there. But I call this my Resonator Piezo pickup. So this is a metal plate. Inside there is a spring. And that spring will vibrate against that metal plate. On the back side of that plate is another Piezo pickup. And let's take a look at what those sound like right now. So you have dual pickups, and each one has an independent volume control. So you can pull up, and let's just do the Resonator pickup first. That's this one down here. You can hear the difference, so that definitely is on that. And that's that spring hanging in there. Now let's hear what that sounds like when you play it. Alright, so that's that pickup there. And again, that's just the Piezo against the metal plate. And then pull that back down, and we've got the plate on the soundboard, the pickup on the soundboard. So obviously a lot more bass tone on that one. So you got the 2 different pickups to choose from, or you can blend them together. Let's pull up some of that Resonator Piezo. So by blending those 2 together, you can create a custom sound for anything you want to play. And then let's talk about some other features of the guitar. Down here, I've replaced the bridge with a bolt like I do on my cigar box guitars. And up here at the nut as well, I've taken out the nut and put in a bolt up here as well. The cool thing about that is you can custom adjust the strings width at the head and the tail of your fretboard. So you can, if you want a little closer together, you can do that. I try to set them up in the sweet spot. Let's see, what else can I tell you about this guitar? Oh, ready to hang on the wall, like all my instruments. They're ready to, when you're not playing them, they are a piece of art you can put on your wall. And that's it. Thank you very much. I'm happy to introduce the Hobo Slide. I'm very happy with this instrument.